India Michelle here, back with another video on my thoughts about Kevin Samuels and, you know, just the whole unrealistic expectations that women have when it comes to dating. But before we get into it, follow me on Instagram at India__Michelle and Snapchat India.94. Now let's get to it. Excuse the fan in the background, but with the AC in the background, but I'm gonna speak a little clearly so y'all can hear me through it. But so I'm gonna kind of, it's not just a speak on this and then speak on that. I'm gonna kind of just like merge the two together and think of the reason why I'm speaking on this about women having unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating, and the correlation with Kevin Samuels. Now a lot of women, men too, but a lot of women do not like the image consultant and the guy who, you know, basically speaks on relationships. The YouTuber, the YouTuber Kevin Samuels. And in my opinion about Kevin Samuels, it's not that I don't like him. Now, some women might not like his approach because he's very straightforward, very, you know, in your face with it. He's not going to pacify women on what they feel like they should hear, and he calls out the women who basically, you know, have an unrealistic expectation when it comes to dating. You know, i.e., you know, let's say you from a small town like Arkansas or whatever, and you expect that, or a small town in Oklahoma, and you're a black woman, or any woman, but primarily his main audience is black women and a little bit of black men. But you living in a small town like the ones I mentioned, and you expecting to get a man that's a bachelor, or a as Kevin Samuels would call it, a high value man, to make six figures and approach you, but then you bring nothing to the table, or not at least equal the amount of what you're asking for a man. Again, like if you're asking for a man to be 6'3", cut up physique, you know, six figures, nice home, nice car, no children, if he does have children, one, probably never been married, you know, something like that, nice looking, good looking man between the ages of what, late 20s and late 30s, and you are a probably early 30s, 2 or 3 kids, probably divorced, but most likely maybe 2 or 3 baby daddies. Your income is maybe $30,000 to $40,000 a year, and you know, mediocre little job or whatever, something that you don't really like, and you have some, you know, some kids that's like, not, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it doesn't correlate. Now, a lot of women, and some men, but not all women, but a lot of women wouldn't agree with the statement of that Kevin Samuels would say, and even Tariq Nasheed, when he was doing dating videos, would say that your value lowers when you have children. And not saying that children are not a blessing. And I also heard it from Cruise Season, shout out to them. Your value do lowers a little bit because that's considered baggage to certain men. And that's not, like I said, it's not saying that children are not a blessing and all of that, but if you're coming across a man that has no children, or at least one, you coming into the situation with 2 or 3 more kids, he's not going to want to fuck with you. And that's not to say that you are a bad woman or you can't find love, but just know that it's going to be a little difficult, especially depending on where you stay. You know, if you're in a place like New York or LA, it might be a little tougher for you than somewhere that, you know, maybe Houston or Atlanta might accept that, you know what I'm saying, or even North Carolina, you know, where I'm from. But it's just with this whole thing of women not wanting to bring anything to the table. It's this whole thing where we living in a social media era of where I should just supposed to just pop my ass, look cute, and then that's it. Not knowing that, ladies, we do get older, and believe it or not, your value does go dwindles down as you get older, and men value goes up, because as a man, you know, when you're 18, you don't really have shit to bring to the table, for as when you're 30, society would say a man should have his stuff together by 30, and you know you well put together. For as a woman, she's coming up on age. 9 times out of 10 she's married or has children. So you know, you see why women from when they was 18 and early 20s are here, and men at the same age are here, and then as they get older, it you know, the men's time peaks and the women, you know, kind of dwindles. Not saying that's a bad thing or something like that. I'm just stating what society or what a lot of men would say. And to a certain degree, I agree. I like Kevin Samuels. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes them 2-3 hour videos, I'll be like, baby, I ain't got nothing for you. I'm not watching on 2-3 hour videos. You know, I need you to get straight to the point, especially if your whole video is about the same thing. And people have this to say about Kevin Samuels, and he's this, he's that, and blah say. Now, certain things I kind of might side eye Kevin Samuels sometimes. But other times, I'm putting that to the side because I'm not really focused on that. I'm listening to the message he's putting out for women and men, but mostly for women. I started listening to him. I got wind of him through Cruise Season, who brought them up, and they are planning on getting everything right to have a video with Cruise Season podcast and Kevin Samuels podcast. So I'm waiting on that. I really like Cruise Season, but you know, I just feel like, what should we do as women to stop having these unrealistic expectations when it comes to dating? I feel like, in my humble opinion, I feel like women need to step up. And I'm not saying, damn, I'm really irritated with this lash, but I feel like women need to step up, and that's not saying that men shouldn't step up. That's not what I'm saying. So don't get at the comments talking about something, oh, you saying this about women, you saying that, but men should also step up. But this is about, I'm talking about women right now. Women need to step up for as whatever you decide, whatever direction you decide to go with when it comes to dating and what type of man you are looking for, you need to, maybe you don't have to be right here with them, but you shouldn't be too far off. If you're asking for a man to make 6 figures, do not think you finna get that making 30 or 40. Not saying it can't happen, but you need to be adding a couple of more, you know, commas, you know what I mean, you know, another number behind that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. That's one for finance. You want this cut up man, this nice physique, and you want him to be, you know, on the outside to look good. Well, baby, you might want to hit the gym a little bit. And that's not saying that you got to be having an athletic body, but you want to look like you're able to bear children. You want to, you know what I'm saying, like, men are attracted to, not saying that men are not attracted to plus size women or women that's on the curvy side, but you still want to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that health, and I stated on my video about plus size women, not saying that because you're small that means you're healthy, but you still want to have a look about you that's okay. Yes, she might be a little on the curvy side, but she doesn't look like she's finna go away from here either. Okay, so that's that on that. Take care of yourself. Start, you know, getting your hair done, getting your nails done. You know, men kind of like dainty, girly girls. Not saying you can't express your masculine side. I even have a masculine side. But do not emasculate your man. Like, don't try to wear the pants and you feel like he needs to just sit back. No, your household is not going to be there. So that's for us, like, the image. Now, when it comes to knowing your role, and I'm going to do a separate video about knowing your role as a woman. Just know your role. Like, it's okay to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not speaking for all women. I'm speaking for the women who agree with what I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with being submissive in a relationship. It's nothing wrong with letting your man lead. Now, you can, you know, give him, you know, a voice of reason and, you know, be in his ear, his corner, you know, as his old lady or his wife or whatever, but do not try to compete with your man. Just like you don't want your man to compete with you. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be jealous of your man, and your man should be jealous of you. You should be his better half. You know what I'm saying? So, and with these unrealistic women, y'all like to be combative with men, and it's like it never works, and then you wonder why you're single. And yes, I'm single too, and there's nothing wrong with being single, but you wonder why you have a difficult time with men, and why you end up thinking that you want a dude that's in a certain stature or whatever, but you end up coming across a man. So yes, if you sitting here, you having your mindset that, okay, this is the type of man that I want, but I cannot I'm not on the level to even approach a man like that. Well, then, like I said earlier, change within yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. I feel like the younger you are, that's when you need to go ahead and cut it. Now, yes, I have had videos where I said men and women should have a whole stage, which is nothing wrong with that. But once you come across once you turn 24, 26, that little mid-20 spot, that's the time when you should wean yourself off that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because as you get older, once you hit 27 and stuff like that, you are not going to be taken serious by men if you're still doing the same shit you was doing when you was like 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. You know what I'm saying? You're at the age where you want to have kids, you want to get married, you want to be taken serious by the right man. So with doing that, sitting here still entertaining ain't shit niggas, but then complain about ain't shit niggas, the first time, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. But after a while, you start looking goofy, you start being dusty, you start being the ain't shit woman, because now you're taking on the characteristics of an ain't shit nigga within yourself, and you're not even realizing it. And then you wonder why you get negative results from the men that you do want, and you're not being taken serious. So just change your whole image. Go ahead, and I'm not saying if you're 27 you're doomed, but go ahead and change it now. You go ahead and change it while you still have your youth. Even when you're 30, you do it now while you still have your youth, so you can attract certain men that you want to procreate with, somebody that you want to end up with for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel. I would say this is my woman's perspective on the whole Kevin Samuels, the Cruise Seasons, and Tariq Nasheed before he switched over to politics and racial issues. He was also speaking the same thing as well. And yeah, that's basically what I have to say about that. I just feel like when we was little girls, you know, our mothers, I'm not gonna say all mothers, but a lot of our parents didn't really instill how to, well, I can't speak for all, I can speak for myself and a lot of women that, and I'm not saying that it's always has to do with your parenting, your parents' parenting skills, and this goes for male and female, but mainly women. Yes, your parents could told you they love you and this and that and the third, but if they didn't teach you how to steer away from ain't shit dudes and how to properly carry yourself, you tend to kind of get trapped and sucked in and stuck with dealing with these type of men. And then you blink and now you had a baby or more with this dude or men, and then you kind of look back at yourself like, damn, what the fuck. And last but not least, I forgot her name. I'm gonna have her name at the bottom. She had a video on this, and she basically, and it was the video of Kevin Samuels. She did a reaction video on this other YouTuber. Kevin Samuels didn't lie. This is how I got engaged with his advice. And I'm gonna have that at the bottom, and I'm gonna also have that particular video, that reaction video, at the bottom at the description box. And she was basically commenting on the woman that she was reacting to when she said, you know, I had to realize that coming off as this independent woman and, you know, I don't need a man, that's been our downfall since the goddamn 60s. Women, you need to stop with this whole independent, I don't need a man for shit bullshit, because you're going to end up not having one. For real, for real. It's not, and when I say stop this whole independent bullshit, that's not to say, oh, be lazy and depend on the man wholeheartedly and you come with nothing, because then I'd be contradicting myself on what the hell I was talking about the whole entire video. I'd be a hypocrite. But what I'm saying is, yes, have your own, have your career, do what you want to do, but don't come off as you don't need a man. Okay, it's nothing wrong with having a man by your side, just like it's nothing wrong with having a woman by a man's side. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come together. Y'all here to procreate. Y'all here to build. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you want to find someone that you love, but you want somebody that can actually pull his weight and you pull yours. Okay, come in the relationship with an open mind, and he will, you know, give, you know, don't say, no, I'm not saying just fall for any dude that bats his eye out, slide in your DMs and tell you this and tell you that. Actually study who you're dating, and if he's showing red flags, do not sit here and wait 5, 10, 15, 20 times for a man to, for you to realize niggas ain't shit and then we finally move on. No, you need to cut that shit off by the first or second date. I give you the second date. So maybe the first time you couldn't catch it, but then you kind of see, okay, the second time, go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? But just be having an open mind. Don't just feel like just because you got this career that a man cannot approach you if he's not making this and that and the third, and he has to make 6 figures. Because let's be honest, a lot of men are not making 6 figures. It's a small percentage. So, and it's a small percentage. It's more women that will make 6 figures than a man, because of the society we're living in. Especially a 6-figure woman will be more 6-figure women than black women than 6-figure black men. Okay, it's already hard on us as black people as a whole, so what makes you think it's more easier as a black man? Because he is looked at as negative. But yes, like I said, don't try to come at it on some I'm here, you're here, but just be humble with it. Just come in the situation, know what you want, and he's gonna come in the situation knowing what he wants, and don't accept no man taking 10 years. I shouldn't be that dramatic, but hell, it does happen. Don't accept a man that doesn't know what the fuck he want after 6 months. I'm not saying that you should be married in 6 months, but if he's still on that I'm unsure shit in 6 months, go on about your business. And that right there, ladies, you will, I promise you, and I'm going to even say it for myself, I promise you, you will start having better cooperation when it comes to men. Get out of these fucking cities where you're around men that you done went to school with. I don't be getting that. Like, y'all done fucking known each other since elementary on up, and y'all having kids with these people. Like, I'm not doing this shit. But teach his own, you know, that's your business. But I'm going to end it right there. I hope I was, you know, clear about everything I'm saying. And again, excuse the AC in the background. That's my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow my socials at India__Michelle on Instagram and Snapchat India.94. Until next time with another video. Bye-bye.